Man was not designed for a life of perpetual comfort. He was not born to wake each day with a serene smile on his face. His path was not meant to be a passive glide downstream, devoid of all resistance. The world, in its infinite complexity, is not obligated to understand him or grant him the peace he craves. And in the fateful moment, this fundamental truth is accepted, not with bitter disappointment, but with the crystal clarity of understanding. Something truly ancient, incredibly powerful, and absolutely unbreakable begins to stir in the depths of the soul. The greatest transformation, surpassing all previous experiences, rarely occurs in the glow of glory or under the spotlight of success. It unfolds in the deepest shadows, in moments of utter darkness. It is precisely when a man is left alone with himself, when his spirit is broken to its limits, when those he trusted implicitly turn away, and when even his own mind treacherously screams, "Give up!" That is when true metamorphosis begins. In these moments of despair and solitude, unwavering discipline is forged. It is then, from the ashes of adversity, that genuine, indestructible strength is born. In such pivotal moments, two paths open before a man. When fate strikes a blow straight to the heart, he can either allow himself to bleed out, begging the world to stop the torment, or he can find the strength to rise, clench his fists, and consciously wield the pain. This pain, like a fiery crucible, can hone his mind into a sharp, invulnerable blade. For pain, when managed correctly, becomes the most potent tool he will ever possess. It ruthlessly tears away the veils of illusion. It burns away every ounce of weakness. And, most importantly, it reveals to him, without embellishment, what truly holds lasting value. The wise Epictetus argued that a person's true character is revealed in times of trial. He urged that when misfortune strikes, one should not ask, "Why did this happen to me?" but instead demand of oneself, "Show me who I truly am." This profound saying encapsulates the very essence of this approach. Such a mindset rejects victimhood and self-pity, elevating one to a state of authentic inner power. The followers of ancient Stoicism never shied away from adversity. On the contrary, they welcomed it with an open heart, for they understood that the crucible of suffering is the very flame that tempers and strengthens the human soul. Their true enemy was not pain itself, but rather weakness of spirit, distractions, and excessive comfort. Whenever an individual succumbs to despair, he essentially surrenders his mind to overwhelming chaos. And this chaos will inevitably consume him if given the chance. However, if a man can accept his pain, face it head-on without turning away, it can teach him lessons that could never be learned in a state of serene tranquility. Some may believe that true strength comes from a perfect daily schedule or inspiring morning videos. This is a profound misconception. Genuine power is born in the crucible of strict discipline. It manifests when a man is utterly exhausted, when betrayal strikes, when it seems he has nothing left but a faint breath and an inner rage. Strength is born when his most cherished dreams crumble, yet he continues on his path no matter what. It is in this relentless forward movement that the true meaning of Stoicism lies. The legacy of ancient thought, embodied in the works of Marcus Aurelius, offers deep wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. These words remind us of the fundamental control a person has over their inner world, regardless of the storms raging beyond. Chaos may swirl around, personal connections may sever, and carefully laid plans may suddenly collapse. Yet, despite these external upheavals, an individual can maintain inner fortitude, remaining composed and unshakable. This steadfastness does not come from being unfeeling, but from a deep understanding gained through endured pain. It is suffering, as they say, that gives a person the ability to see things as they truly are, to penetrate the veil of illusion. This clarity, this insight, becomes the most powerful and perhaps most dangerous weapon in a world consumed by noise and distraction. The essence of this approach is not to suppress or ignore one's emotions, but to master them completely. It is about deeply experiencing every ounce of grief, every aching wound, every bitter disappointment, and then using these sensations as fuel for further growth. In contrast to this ancient wisdom, modern society often encourages numbing the pain. We are told to scroll past it in endless feeds, drown it with alcohol, or simply talk it away, avoiding a genuine confrontation. The followers of Stoic philosophy, however, knew a different, more effective solution. They did not turn away from suffering. Instead, they sat with it, they wrestled with it. They allowed pain to shape them, forging them into something far stronger and more resilient than comfort or serenity could ever create. As Seneca aptly noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This profound thought highlights how often a person is paralyzed by the fear of events that never come to pass. How many times have we faced a crushing sense of anxiety caused by scenarios that exist only in our own minds? These are imagined dangers that can nevertheless shackle our will and prevent us from living fully. However, real pain, actual suffering, has a unique ability to awaken a person from this illusory dream. It serves as an anchor, grounding him firmly in reality. Pain forces him to be here and now, in the present moment, with no escape into fantasies of the past or future. And it is in this critical moment, when a man comes face to face with harsh reality, that he confronts a choice, either to collapse completely under the weight of circumstances or to find the strength to rise above them. Let him use his pain. He must not run from it. Let him forge his broken heart into clarity of mind. Let him transform betrayal into strong personal boundaries. Let loneliness become his source of discipline. Every scar an individual bears is a symbol of what he has survived, and survival is by no means a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is compelling proof that he is still in the game, still breathing, still retaining his inner strength and potential. Let others doubt him. Let them walk away. Let the world misunderstand him, and that is perfect. This situation means he is attaining true freedom, because when a man has nothing left to lose, his focus becomes perfectly pure. The unnecessary noise disappears, the need to impress anyone vanishes, and the desire for others' approval fades away. All that remains is the mission, the work at hand, and the inner fire that refuses to be extinguished. In every life's journey, a critical moment inevitably arrives when it feels like everything is falling apart. The carefully crafted plan fails. Familiar support suddenly disappears, and a person is left utterly alone. It is in these moments that the vast majority of people tend to give up. It is then that they frantically start searching for someone else to blame, but not him, not anymore, because he has learned to see pain as his compass. If it hurts, it means it matters. If something burns within, it means he is alive. And if he is alive, there is important work to be done. The modern era has conditioned us to constantly seek comfort. Air-conditioned rooms, fast food, endless entertainment, soft beds, all have become integral parts of daily life. However, the truth is that excessive comfort kills ambition. It makes a person vulnerable, weak, and hesitant. This is not man's true nature. He was not born for such a fate. He was created for the struggle, for the relentless climb, for the harsh yet beautiful work of forging his own being. He must use his pain as a filter. He should let it cut through the fog of lies. The questions that arise in such moments are crucial. Who stood by him at his lowest? Who vanished when he needed them most? Who did he become when there was no applause? It is these answers, not virtual likes or superficial compliments, that build an unshakable self-confidence founded on pure truth. Discipline is not a pleasant routine. It is a battle. It is getting out of bed when the body resists and the soul craves rest. It is showing up where there are no prying eyes or expectations. It is relentlessly executing tasks, even when broken, exhausted, or grieving, yet still giving it his all. Are true warriors made in the gym? Not at all. They are forged in silence, in the dark, in agony. They bleed in private, so they never have to beg for mercy in public. If a man desires peace, he must earn it. This is achieved by conquering all distractions, eradicating all excuses, and mastering his mind until it becomes completely obedient. In this process, pain serves as the mentor, and total focus becomes the coveted reward. When his heart is broken, he must use it. It is vital to channel this powerful emotion into his goals, allowing it to fuel his training, his craft, his mission. Moments of loss, betrayal, or failure are not the end of the road. On the contrary, they are just the beginning, the spark that ignites within, turning into an unquenchable fire. There is no more room for pleas for the suffering to end. There is no point in waiting for apologies. The hope that the world will ever be fair is gone, for it will not be. But what does that matter? He is still here, still breathing. It is essential to use this gift of life to turn every breath into a weapon, a tool, an unbreakable vow. Whatever this world throws at him, he will not break. He will not shatter. Instead, he will focus all his strength. And this focus, this discipline, this pure, relentless will, this is what no one can take away. These are the qualities that turn an ordinary individual into an unstoppable force. They are what forge legends. It is not about natural talent or blind luck. It is about pain transformed into purposeful action. The next time he feels broken, betrayed, or abandoned, let him smile. Not because he enjoys it, but because he now knows exactly what to do with it. He is no longer a victim. He is not fragile. He is tempered, and fire, as we know, does not destroy steel. It only makes it incomparably strong. Let him use his pain. Let him transform it into absolute focus. And then let him watch what happens. Watch who he becomes.